Breaking on 4 News Now at 6, we're tracking a wildfire burning in southwest Spokane.
We have live team coverage with everything we've learned since 5 o'clock.
Gusty winds allowed the flames and smoke to quickly spread. I'll show you when the winds are expected to die down in your first alert forecast. And you're watching 4 News Now at 6.
We begin with that breaking news from southwest Spokane. Anyone living near this zone on your screen needs to leave now because of a fire. That's Abbott Road on the west side, north to 57th Avenue, east to Dorset Road, and south to Cheney Spokane Road. The fire is burning near South Grove Road and Jade Avenue. It is close to the Geiger Heights neighborhood near Windsor Elementary and Westwood Middle School. And just in the last hour, investigators say this fire started from a slash pile burning. We're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. We have team coverage tonight beginning with Marissa Rio, who is live at home right outside of that evacuation zone. Marissa.
Derek, Kirsten, the smoke has died down quite a bit from when we first got here. Now, all you could see behind me is a little bit of haze within the trees. But let me tell you, just a little over an hour ago, there were plumes of smoke in the air not too far from this family's home. The man who lives here said this is scary for his entire family. And with all the animals that they have, they don't know how they'd evacuate if they needed to. As plumes of smoke erupted in the air, David Knutson stayed watching, fearing not only for his home, but for the livestock and pets he and his wife have. Firefighter planes were seen flying ahead, with some dropping water on the fire. With all the trees nearby, David said he knows anything can happen within a heartbeat.
It doesn't take much for the wind to change, and it just comes right at you. And man, you never know what you're going to see.
David's wife took off on her horse to see how close the fire actually was shortly after. And it may not look like this fire is that close, but David's wife said it wasn't too long after she took off that she found the fire, and it was bad, much closer than it actually looks. We'll hear more from David tonight at 6:30. Live in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Marissa, thank you so much. We now go to Bronte Sorotsky, who is at that command center near Grove and Jade.
And Bronte, what have you learned since 5 o'clock?
Yeah, so we have been out here for a few hours now, and we've been here with DNR getting up-to-date updates. So I'm just going to throw it over to you, Jessica. Can you give us any updates right now, anything new we might have learned?
Well, we're still holding steady at about 85 acres. Air Resources and folks on the ground have done a good job at knocking down the fire. We're releasing scoopers to go refuel and kind of reassess what things are looking like. We're keeping the helis and other things on a little bit longer, but we're starting to draw down and assess to see what the conditions are going to be looking like.
Gotcha. Yeah, and it has been pretty windy, but over here it seems like it's dying down a little bit, and we aren't really seeing as much smoke. What does that tell us just about with, burn and all that going on with the fire?
It means we've knocked it down a little bit, and the wind's given us some reprieve. So once we have a better idea, we'll know what we're looking at for tomorrow.
Gotcha. And how long are you guys all going to be out here tonight?
We'll assess that a little later this evening to see what's needed.
Okay. For people who live in this area, what do they still need to know?
Definitely avoid the area. Earlier in the afternoon when things got a little chaotic, there was an accident that happened. So please be calm, evacuate, don't be rushing around, don't be cutting people off. And if you don't need to be in this area, please leave because that blocks up the roads and makes it harder for us to respond to the fire.
All right. And just one more thing. Is the evacuation site changed since we last spoke?
So I'm seeing reports for Shriners Event Center, but for evacuation and locations for that sort of thing, check with Spokane County Emergency Management.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for giving your time to us. And like you said, check Spokane County Emergency Management. And of course, 4 News Now will be continuing to bring you updates and the latest on this fire. But for now, reporting live in Spokane County, I'm Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
All right, Bronte, thank you for that. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joins us now, and current weather conditions aren't doing those fire crews any favors.
And you hear a lot of, it's dying down, things are getting better, but you're looking at these winds and they're not.
Yeah, I think for the next couple of hours, perhaps hypervigilance is warranted, because look at our winds right now. This is at the airport, which is just a very short distance from the fire. our wind gusts last recorded at the top of the hour at 45 miles per hour. So that is just about as high as they've been all day. You may see some microclimates where things die down briefly, but we're still dealing with gusty winds that could cause problems on that fire through the next couple of hours. Once the sun sets, we lose our daytime heating, things start to relax behind today's cold front, then things will die down more meaningfully, but slow at first. We're still going to be dealing with 35-mile-per-hour gusts through the early part of the evening, 20-mile-per-hour gusts as we get into the 10 o'clock hour, and then after midnight, things will really calm down and then stay calm for a nice Wednesday. We have a wind advisory that goes all the way until 8 o'clock tonight for those wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour plus, like we're seeing right now, for the entire area shaded in brown on your screen. It is not just the winds, it is the heat and the relative humidity. Now, temperatures now have cooled into the 70s and low 80s, but we did get up to 84 today at the airport in Spokane, and our relative humidity values are very low, 17% at the airport in Spokane, only 16% at Fairchild Air Force Base, down in the teens, and we'll see some recovery overnight, but we have very dry conditions, and it's going to be a long fire season around the region until we get some wet weather. So to put a finer point on it, for Wednesday, your fire weather, much lighter winds, relative humidity still low. Temperatures will be 10 degrees cooler, which will help. But for the next couple of hours, the fire weather conditions are not helping that fire. Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, one of the biggest impacts of wildfires are their impacts on our air quality.
Take a look at this time-lapse video where you can see just how fast the wildfire smoke from the Gray Fire last year descended over downtown Spokane. Now, in this video taken the next day, you can see the haze of smoke that filled the air, leading to hazardous air quality across our region. And that smoke can be especially dangerous for people with underlying conditions like asthma.
There are a few things you can do now, though, to protect your home from the smoke. According to the EPA, you can check the air filters on your HVAC system to make sure it's running efficiently. Familiarize yourself on how the system works so you can adjust it to keep smoke out. Buy a HEPA filter or a HEPA portable air cleaner, or make one using a box fan if you're looking for a cheaper alternative. The EPA also says don't wait to buy these items since they usually sell out once smoke begins to fill the air. For even more tips on how to prepare for wildfire season, you can head to KXLY.com/firewatch. Well, last week, the city of Medical Lake banned the use, sale, and discharge of fireworks within city limits for the rest of the year.
And this is, of course, coming in response to the ongoing recovery efforts from the Gray Fire. The City Council of Medical Lake agreed with Mayor Terry Cooper's order during its meeting on June 4th. Currently, the sale and use of all consumer fireworks in Spokane County is illegal. In Medical Lake, though, the city previously allowed fireworks on July 4th to celebrate Independence Day. Now, this year, they are instead banned in order to not be a trigger for victims of the Gray Fire.
We have probably 40 of those homes that have walls up. A few people have moved back in. So they're not even rebuilt yet. And so every time the wind blows or the fire truck leaves the station, where something happens that triggers some of those memories.
Mayor Cooper also told us the city will still host their own controlled fireworks display at the city's 4th of July festival.
Now, you may have gotten this alert on your phone earlier today about the evacuations, even though you don't live anywhere near the fire. Alert Spokane sends out messages like these for different types of safety situations, including wildfires, missing people, or law enforcement activity. According to Spokane County Emergency Management, these alerts are sent through the greater Spokane area, and they may or may not directly impact you. And we will also send out alerts for emergencies like this one. Download the KXLY Plus app and turn on push notifications to get updates on this fire sent straight to your phone.
Well, still ahead, the Pride mural in downtown Spokane vandalized for the second time in less than a week. Why one man says the city needs a different solution than constantly repainting it.
Plus, for a year now, kids at one Spokane school haven't been allowed to use their phones during the school day. The benefits both students and teachers have seen since the rule went into effect.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed!
Unleash the beast in the ultimate giveaway at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Earn entries now through June 28th for your chance to win a new Ford Bronco Raptor. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Have you had enough of cleaning your gutters? With Gutter Helmet's triple lifetime warranty, getting on the ladder is a thing of the past. Get 15% off now and never clean your gutters again. Serving Spokane for over 30 years, Spokane Rain Gutter.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Lyman. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and my entire practice is dedicated to taking care of patients with knee problems. From ACL and meniscus tears to total knee replacements, I want to make sure you're ready for life's adventures. I'm here to help you master your knee pain and regain your active lifestyle. Visit me at the Orthopedic Sports Institute's new state-of-the-art surgery center in Hayden. Ready to take the first step? Call for a consultation today and let me help guide you to a pain-free future.
Call or click today and set up your consultation with Orthopedic Sports Institute.
I think I'm going to go with a 9-iron.
I'd suggest a 7. No.
Oh.
Did you know that if a bird picks up your ball, you got to follow it? Oh, there it is. I think it's to the right.
Nah.
Is this it?
Nope, not it.
More! Can I be frank? At STCU, we're always here to advise and consult, even if you want to go at it your own way.
Let's see what you've got, Frank. I think we should talk.
STCU Business. Partner up.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
Need a new appliance? Don't want to wait? Fred's has them in stock and on sale. Fred's Appliance has more appliances in stock than any of the box stores. Sometimes you just can't wait for delivery. That's why Fred's warehouses are stacked to the ceiling. If you are really in a hurry, you can pick up your appliance the same day. Fred's offers a 30-day low price guarantee, so you know you're always getting the best price. Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Elevate your game at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Our expanded gaming floor now features over 900 of your favorite slots, plus all new table games. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Well, paint was discovered on the downtown Spokane Pride mural this morning. This is the second time in less than a week that it's been vandalized.
The Pride mural has been a target of vandals, having just been repainted before Spokane's Pride Parade this past weekend. Hunter Bertram shows us the trail of paint left behind by vandals.
On Tuesday, Spokane's downtown Pride mural got a new layer of paint, one that wasn't expected.
This is what the mural looked like on Saturday during Spokane Pride. On Tuesday, days after the celebrations ended in downtown, yellow and white paint covers this prideful symbol.
It begs the question, are there other areas in Spokane that have other types of murals that aren't necessarily towards the LGBTQIA plus community that haven't been vandalized to the same extent? Because we've seen so much happen the past couple weeks with this one.
In the past month, this mural has been set on fire and intentionally damaged by car and scooter tires, leaving black marks on the rainbow. Then on Tuesday, it was defaced with paint. Anthony and others in the LGBTQ plus community are worried about what may happen next.
This means we need to have more conversations so we're all at the same understanding that equality is necessary for our well-being as a city.
One person said a different solution to repainting it needs to be done.
Why does this keep happening, and what are we going to do about it to make it stop or change or hold people accountable? And that doesn't even mean like putting people in jail. It just means like, hey, let's talk about this. Let's have a community conversation.
Alexander believes that more conversations about what this truly means and what drives people to commit these acts need to be held, whether with city officials or hosted by alliance groups. And now is the time to do this before something worse happens.
I think the quality of that community is measured on how much it protects its vulnerable and marginalized. And if we just let this slip, who's to say that more heinous acts will continue happening? We can't just keep painting over and sweeping these acts under the rug. We have to do more.
In downtown Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
For many families, childcare is one of the biggest monthly expenses, so I set out to find ways to make quality childcare more affordable. Another mom told me about this program in the city of Spokane that gives up to 6 months of free money to put toward daycare bills.
We went from very few applications because, again, people just didn't believe it was real.
The program is called Family Tuition Assistance, and it's through community-minded enterprises. To qualify, you must live in Spokane, have kids under the age of 5 not enrolled in kindergarten, be employed for at least 3 months, and also fall into one of these income brackets. Now, they're hard to read on your screen there, but if you take a look at our article on KXLY.com, you can really take a closer look. For example, a family of 4, you need to make between $67,000 and $182,000 a year to qualify for this. For one local mom, this program helped release some of the financial burden she was carrying while raising 3 kids and working 6 to 7 days a week.
It was really stressful. This has given me a chance to breathe.
I think one of the bigger takeaways that you found, right, was that there's a lot more people eligible for this than probably even realize.
I think a lot of people have heard of Working Connections, which is the state's subsidy program for childcare, but not very many middle-income families qualify for that income bracket.
Yeah.
So if you really just give me a second, take a look at those income brackets. Most people in the city of Spokane do qualify, at least for some assistance. And we're talking about 6 months of, potentially you could get a couple free months of daycare, and that's potentially $6,000 or more that you could save. So go check out the story right now. You can apply. It's open. It's on KXLY.com.
Well, Spokane Middle School has taken a different approach to phone use in the classroom,
deciding to completely ban phones during the school day. Alexandra Konyarts has more on how it has positively impacted student learning.
Here at Silk, you'll notice many of the typical things you see in a middle school. Kids chatting, learning in the classroom, or enjoying lunch. But one thing you won't see is this.
It's actually kind of nice because when I'm walking down the hallway, people don't like distractedly bumping into me while being on their phone, or when I'm actually talking to someone about something like I enjoy, they're actually paying attention to me.
Silk Middle School decided to ban phone and earbud use at the start of this year. Now, a year later, students and teachers are seeing the policy's effects.
To me, it's been night and day. Last year, it was typically what most damage relationships between me and my students.
Applebaum says she noticed the need for the policy after the pandemic, when technology use became more common and social interactions were less frequent.
It was a losing battle and I knew I couldn't compete.
Applebaum says the school's effort to take a united front helped both teachers and students benefit from the decision to unplug, giving students like Karen the opportunity to get the most out of her school experience.
Class is a lot more engaged. People, I feel like since last year, the comparison, people are more likely to actually ask questions, answer questions, just be more engaged with other students, like their peers and the teachers as well.
The Spokane School Board will meet on July 11th to evaluate its current policy and procedures towards phone use in the classroom. In Spokane, Alexander Konyarts, 4 News Now.
A much calmer day for Wednesday. This is a look at sustained winds throughout the day, not even up to 10 miles per hour in Spokane. That is not the case right now. However, I'll be back with your wind forecast after the break.
And before we go to break, I want to remind you that you can watch Game 3 of the NBA Finals tomorrow night right here on ABC.
And because of the game, there are some schedule changes you'll want to know about. You can catch World News with David Muir at 3:30, then join us for a special edition of 4 News Now at 4.
Then watch Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks take on Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics at 5. After the game, you can join us for highlights of Game 3 in another special edition of 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Sweet Palace and Sapphire Jewelry in Phillipsburg, Montana.
What am I going to tell my dad?
I've got you covered.
I'm going to call SWAT.
Nope.
After an accident like this, we care about getting you back on your feet.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Got an itch for a brand new GMC Sierra? Scratch it at Northern Quest. It's the Scratch to Win Sierra giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card and it could be yours on June 28th. And don't miss our Sierra tailgate party before the grand prize drawing. We'll have $2 beers, pizza, and hot dogs. Plus cornhole for extra entries and prizes. The Sierra tailgate party. Details at northernquest.com.
Summer is here with a hot deal at Pape Machinery. Enjoy 0% financing for 84 months on select John Deere tractors for top-notch performance. Act fast. This offer ends soon. Visit Pape Machinery Ag and Turf today.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Hi, I'm Martita, award-winning interior designer and realtor, and I always stop by Consign Furniture and Jewelry first. For my interior design projects, there is inspiration everywhere. One-of-a-kind, budget-friendly pieces, all in 60,000 square feet. For my real estate clients, whether they want to buy or sell, I always encourage them to consign. They do all the heavy lifting while you sit back, relax, and collect your check. Consign Furniture and Jewelry. Smart way to buy, easy way to sell.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
All right, you are taking a look now at one of the firefighting planes that has been battling the Grove fire in the Geiger Heights area, kind of just south of Windsor Elementary and Westwood Middle School there. And that was a moose. I saw that earlier at 5, and I was like, was that a moose?
A lot of
Indeed, it was a
livestock
moose.
out there.
Yeah, a lot of people with livestock, horses, and whatnot in that area as well.
And there are some neighborhoods that are, of course, on high alert tonight. I have a couple of friends in that area. I know you have a couple of friends that have been sending some updates. It looks like the smoke is starting to die down, but the winds, Chris, are what we're still watching.
Yes, and we've been hearing them here on the roof. It is the thing you really do not want to hear in a situation like that. In the past half hour, we've had 45-mile-per-hour gusts around that fire. This is a look at our current winds, and it's not just in Spokane. Throughout the region, we are seeing wind gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour, almost 40-mile-per-hour gusts in Spokane. We have a wind advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. These winds will slowly die down. In the next hour, hour and a half, we'll really start to see some progress, but it'll be after midnight until things are calmer. But it is going to be much calmer on Wednesday. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Winds in the 5 to 10 mile per hour range. Cooler tomorrow, too. It is going to be breezy on Friday and Saturday, and then we cool down even more. We'll be in the 60s by the weekend. Forecast wind gusts starting off at 7 o'clock tonight. Still 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts through 8 o'clock, and then things die down more substantially overnight by Wednesday morning. Much calmer conditions, but plenty of sunshine. It is also going to be a cool start to the day tomorrow. 44 degrees. That will be refreshing. Blue skies and sunshine. There's those winds, and we're not going to be warming up as much. In fact, 10 degrees cooler. 68 by 1 o'clock. Heading to a high temperature of 74. And even though that's a 10-degree drop from today, that is still a little above average, but above average temperatures will not be around much longer. Tracking our weather pattern, a westerly flow developing behind our cold front. High pressure will begin building in again on Thursday. That's going to send our temperatures back up into the 80s briefly before the next system comes in starting Friday. We'll see our winds pick up a little bit Friday, and then by Saturday that cool air pours in, as well as the mountain showers. Right now it looks like most of the wet weather will be in the higher terrain, but I have my fingers crossed that that will change because we really need the precipitation. Our high temperature trend, the white line is average, 3 days a little bit above, 4 days a little bit below average, and hopefully we'll manage at least some shower activity with that cooler weather. I want to focus on those overnight lows again because we've had some warm nights of not the most comfortable sleeping. We'll be in the 40s in Sandpoint, Spokane, and Coeur d'Alene, 43 in Pullman, 42 in Ritzville, 38 in Colville. Wednesday's high temperatures still a little above average, but mostly in the 70s, definitely in the comfort zone. Our temperature bounces back up to 80 Thursday and then starts cooling down into the 60s for Father's Day weekend. Breezy Friday and Saturday, a 20% chance of showers on Saturday. Right now, dry conditions on Sunday with a chance of showers back in the forecast for Monday and Tuesday. I sure would like to see that 20% jump into the 80% range, but right now it looks like we're just going to have to be extra careful with fire with this very dry scenario we're in. Derek?
No doubt, Chris. Thank you. Well, still to come, why the world's most accomplished competitive eater will not be participating in the annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. I'm heartbroken over this. 4 News Now at 6. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
That's Montana Sapphire from Phillipsburg, Montana.
Researching childhood vaccines often feels like this.
When T lymphocytes recognize antigens.
They're lying to us. Vaccines are just another plot to make money.
The most important thing parents should know about vaccines is...
Accept my cookies. Sign up for the newsletter. Sorry, you've reached your free article limit.
There's a simpler way to get answers. Visit vaccinesmartwa.org.
Elegance, style, quality, custom made for your project. Agalite shower doors and bath enclosures by River City Glass are designed for a lifetime of use. Timeless beauty that speaks for itself with superior quality and exceptional value. Offering exquisite custom wine room enclosures and office room glass, specializing in custom mirrors crafted to fit your space. Producing high-performance glass for every project, residential and commercial. River City Glass. Dan the Piano Man is now Dan the Moving Man, and he would like to thank you for helping with the transition. He now specializes in relocating your most prized possessions from point A to point B with care and efficiency. He's earned the reputation of trust by helping generations of homeowners move their belongings and helping seniors to downsize. He also offers climate-controlled storage, short or long-term, for your possessions. Need your piano moved? Dan can expertly relocate it and provide tuning and repair. Call or click today for a free estimate on your moving job. Dan the Moving Man, serving Eastern Washington and North Idaho.
PAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Around the nation, today in D.C., President Biden speaking at a major gun violence prevention conference hours after his son was convicted on 3 federal charges in connection to a gun he bought in 2018.
CNN's Julia Benbrook gives us a look at the president's message.
President Joe Biden speaking at a major gun violence prevention conference, just a few hours after his son Hunter Biden was convicted on 3 federal felony charges in connection with a 2018 handgun purchase. The jury concluded that Hunter had violated laws designed to prevent drug addicts from owning firearms. In a statement, the president said he loves his son and is proud of the man he is today, while making it clear he respects the judicial process. The president chose not to comment on the trial during this gun safety event. Instead, he used the stage to highlight the upcoming anniversary of the signing of the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act.
It's the most significant gun legislation in nearly 30 years. We passed it
only because you got out and worked like hell to get it done.
The legislation received support from both Republicans and Democrats after the deadly school shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, back in 2022. It enhanced background checks and boosted funding for mental health programs.
Whether we're Democrats or Republicans, we want our families to be safe.
Polling shows that nearly half of registered voters, 48%, say gun policy will be extremely important to their presidential vote in November. A poll conducted last fall found that 56% of adults believed gun laws should be stricter.
No single action can solve the entirety of the gun violence epidemic, but together, our efforts, your efforts, are saving lives.
This appearance comes as the White House and the Biden campaign have worked to promote the president's work to tackle gun violence, an issue they believe resonates with key voting blocs. Reporting at the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Well, the FBI says American streets are getting safer. The Bureau releasing new data showing violent crime dropped 15% from January to March compared to the same time last year. Murders dropped by 26%, rape down by 25%, robberies falling 17%.
We still have issues with gangs moving around, going into communities and getting in drug dealing, human smuggling, whatever it might be.
Other crimes, including retail theft and so-called burglary tourism in the suburbs, are on the rise. It's important to note the new FBI report showing a drop in violent crime includes data from 72% of law enforcement agencies, which voluntarily submitted those numbers.
All right, we are continuing to track the wildfire that is forcing families from their homes just west of Spokane.
We will have the very latest from the fire line next on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just one day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
This week, the best place to start your day is GMA.
This is awesome.
With Tony Hale live. Plus, get ready to say yes, chef, with the Bears' Iowa Debris.
Definitely.
You gotta see this on GMA.
This year, spend your summer in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. And take advantage of the great lease options and financing specials currently being offered. This week at Findlay.
Hi, I'm Martita, award-winning interior designer and realtor, and I always stop by Consign Furniture and Jewelry first. For my interior design projects, there is inspiration everywhere. One-of-a-kind, budget-friendly pieces, all in 60,000 square feet. For my real estate clients, whether they want to buy or sell, I always encourage them to consign. They do all the heavy lifting while you sit back, relax, and collect your check. Consign Furniture and Jewelry. Smart way to buy, easy way to sell.
Well done, Viv. You got the presents, the balloons, and the Raptor cake. Now how about something to put a smile on your face? Aspen Dental provides complete, affordable care with dentists and labs in one place. Plus, free exams and x-rays for new patients without insurance. And 20% off treatment plans for everyone. Quality care at a price worth celebrating. It's one more way Aspen Dental is in your corner.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
And we are continuing to follow breaking news from southwest Spokane.
We're going to show you this map one more time. Anyone living in the highlighted red zone on your screen needs to leave now because of this fire. They're calling it the Grove Fire. Now, this is Abbott Road on the west side, Dorset Road on the east side. 57th is the north side of that area there and south to Cheney Spokane Road. Cheney Spokane Road, by the way, is open for people trying to leave.
And that fire is burning near South Grove Road and Jade Avenue, just a few blocks south of Windsor Elementary and Westwood Middle School. Investigators tell us it started from a slash pile burning.
And here's what we know so far. The fire started right around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Level 3 evacuations, which we've been telling you about, were issued shortly after. That means anyone living in that area or in the path where the wind is blowing need to leave right away. Thick, heavy black smoke could be seen for miles.
But in the past hour or so, we have seen much lighter white smoke, which likely means fire crews are starting to get a handle on it to stop it from spreading. DNR tells us this fire has destroyed over 85 acres of land so far, and the dry conditions have been fueling this fire. I'm going to send it over now to Marissa Rio, who spoke to a man who lives just outside of that fire line. Marissa.
While firefighter planes are still active in this area, it's obvious that firefighters are working hard to put out this fire. And while the smoke has died down quite a bit from when we first got here, and it might not look that far, wind gusts are still coming through, and the woman who lives here rode her horse just over an hour ago towards the fire and said it's much closer than it looks. As towering plumes of smoke filled the air, one family just outside the evacuation zone worried they would have to get out too. With all the animals that they have, they don't know how they'd leave. A fear that still lingers in David Knutsen's mind.
Yeah, this is scary for us. This is real scary for us. With all the animals, the dogs, and the horses, and all of our birds that we propagate here, it's hard for us to do anything as far as evacuation. We've got friends that we know are evacuating right now, and I can't imagine what they're going through. You know?
It says with all the surrounding trees, he knows anything can happen within a split second. Again, while the smoke has died down quite a bit, David Knutsen is aware that with these winds, you just never know. He said he and his families are trying to stay as alert as possible. Live in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa, for that update. And Chris has been telling us all about the wind gusts. We've been hearing them here at the station. Now, this is a fast-moving fire, and those fire officials who are out there are working hard to put it out.
Yes, and we still have breezy conditions and wind gusts in the last half hour of 45 miles per hour. So we are still dealing with some gusty winds. Currently, our last reported wind gust at 39 miles per hour, 30-mile-per-hour sustained winds, but that will vary over the next half hour to hour before things start to calm down more rapidly. Our 12-hour wind forecast, 35-mile-per-hour gusts through the 7 o'clock hour. Then by about 9, 10 o'clock, we'll be more in the 20-mile-per-hour range. And once we hit midnight, things will die down dramatically, and that takes us into a calmer day on Wednesday. But we have a wind advisory in effect until 8 o'clock tonight for the entire area, shaded in brown on your screen. That smoke has taken our air quality into the moderate range with that PM10, the bigger particles. We're at 73 right now. Should see some improvement. We're also going to see improvement in our temperature. Today we hit 84 in Spokane, and we're still in the 80s in many locations, and it is very dry. Relative humidity readings are in the teens in many locations, including near the fire at the airport, 17% relative humidity, 16% at Fairchild Air Force Base, desert-like dry conditions on the West Plains. And that is one of the things that without some rain in the forecast, it's going to be hard to see much improvement. But your Wednesday fire weather, much lighter winds. Winds in the 5 to 10 mile per hour range. Our relative humidity is still going to be low, but we're going to be 10 degrees cooler, which will help matters. We're going to be even cooler in the 7-day forecast, heading down into the 60s for highs. I'll let you know what to expect in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. A 29-year-old man from Post Falls will spend at least 10 years in prison for abusing 2 kids. According to the Kootenai County Prosecutor's Office, Derek Thompson had sexual contact with 2 children between the ages of 2 and 8 years old. The crimes occurred between September of 2018 and September of 2023. Thompson was sentenced to 30 years in prison. He will be up for parole after 10 years.
Well, we now have a better idea of how many people are experiencing homelessness in Spokane County. According to the city's point-in-time count, there are at least 2,021 people who are homeless. Now, that is down 15% from close to 2,400 in 2023. The city's saying this is the first year-to-year decrease since 2016. And those numbers include people living on the streets, in shelters, and transitional housing. The city says one reason for the decrease is because of the closure of Camp Hope. Many of the more than 600 people who called that encampment home were transferred to the Track Shelter on Trent Avenue and then found housing. That shelter is set to close in September as the city will move to a more scattered shelter system. The smaller shelters would be spread out across the city and only house about 20 to 30 people each.
Now, the data from the point-in-time count is required by the U.S. Housing and Urban Development for federal funding, but homeless advocates and experts say the survey does not provide an accurate depiction. One issue is that it relies on volunteers to go out and find people living on the streets, which can lead to a number of people being missed.
Still to come, a coach who was fired from the University of Washington has now landed a job in the NBA. That's next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by GMC of Riverfront Park.
Things just keep getting better at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Our all-new 175-room resort hotel is opening soon. Elevate your experience with luxurious accommodations, state-of-the-art amenities, and exquisite dining. Visit SpokaneTribeCasino.com for more details. You just win here.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is having a summer sale. The right furniture takes your space from occasional use to your favorite place. And with savings of 20 to 50% on in-stock pieces, you can choose from our collections of comfortable living and functional dining to create your perfect indoor or outdoor setup. Explore our favorite looks for summer with our team of designers here to help you. Ironstone Furniture and Fire, outdoor living and inside comfort.
At North Idaho Urology, in partnership with Cancer Care Northwest, we specialize in advanced prostate cancer care. We are the only practice in North Idaho that has an advanced prostate cancer center with options ranging from surgery, radiation, to medication. Our commitment to innovation means your treatment is effective and focused on advanced prostate cancer. Begin your personalized care journey for advanced prostate cancer with us today.
This is not just laundry. This is laundry that's one and done. This is the ultra-fast combo laundry machine that does both washing and drying cycles. This is revolutionizing laundry. This is GE Profile.
Fred's has the GE Profile one-and-done laundry machine in stock and on sale for only $22.99. Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Catch all the action at Caesar Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Next ET, we're with Rihanna taking her beauty game next level.
Everything's to come.
Plus, Austin Butler, future pirate.
Would you be down for that?
I loved Pirates of the Caribbean.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Welcome to our annual gathering, the NBA Finals.
Here we go.
At the center of it are two exceptional teams, and yet you're all a part of it. But remember, no one sips the champagne until a champ is crowned.
Welcome back. If you're looking for some last-minute plans this weekend, why not head up to Medellin Falls for Bigfoot Fest?
Yeah, he said Bigfoot Fest. If you haven't heard of this already, it is hilarious. And it kicks off Saturday with their 5K at 8 o'clock. After the race, there will be live music vendors and plenty of opportunities to learn more about Washington's most sought-after mythical creature. To learn more about the event, including a link to sign up for the race, head to KXLY.com. Have you ever been?
No,
Okay.
not. Both of our 5 and 6 o'clock producers are going up, though, to run in the 5K.
I need to hear more about this. Hey, the Seattle Seahawks kicked off mandatory mini camp today. It's the final off-season workout before training camp starts.
And the Seahawks don't expect any players to hold out from practice. Sports director Julian Minenzone joins us now. And Julian, that's a good thing considering the Hawks have a first-year head coach in Mike Macdonald.
Yeah, they can't really afford to have players sit out right now, especially since the Seahawks missed out on the playoffs last year, and they're projected to miss out again this year. Vegas odds have Seattle at 7.5 wins, which will not be good enough in a stacked NFC West that includes last year's Super Bowl runner-up, the San Francisco 49ers, and the LA Rams, who also made the playoffs. Wide receiver DK Metcalf has played 4 career playoff games, and he knows what it takes to get back to the postseason.
We will play great some games and then not play great, other games. So just being consistent and being, a team that's hungry every Sunday or every Monday, Thursday, whatever day we line up is going to be, the same team that you see on film is going to be the same team that you feel on game day.
And minicamp ends on Thursday. Now, the Spokane Chiefs could have a player selected in the NHL draft, and fans can now celebrate with the team. The Chiefs are hosting a draft watch party on June 28th at the Spokane Arena. Chiefs forward Berkeley Canton is a projected top 15 pick in the draft. He just finished up his second full season with the team and was named U.S. Division's Player of the Year. Now, doors open at 3:30. Fans can enjoy auctions, raffles, games, and a limited food menu. Only the first 250 fans will be allowed to attend. Now, Husky is now heading to the NBA. Former University of Washington head basketball coach Mike Hopkins will be an assistant coach for the Phoenix Suns. Hopkins spent 7 seasons at UW, where he was named Pac-12 Coach of the Year twice. Hopkins led the Huskies to a regular season conference title and an NCAA tournament appearance in 2019. He spent nearly 3 decades in college basketball. And sticking with the NBA, Game 3 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow here on KXLY. The Boston Celtics have a 2-0 series lead over the Dallas Mavericks, but the series shifts to Dallas for the next 2 games, and they might have more than just a home court advantage. Celtics big man Kristaps Porzingis is day-to-day with a leg injury. He scored 20 points in Boston's Game 1 victory, but could be out for Game 3. Dallas, they're still not planning on taking the Celtics lightly.
We're going against a great team, and they're not going to stop pressing us. They're not going to stop their pace. They're not going to stop testing us on both ends of the floor. So we know what we're in for.
And coverage is right after our show here on KXLY. Tip-off is at 5:30. Now, there will be a new top dog in the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. 16-time champion Joey Chestnut will not participate in the competition this year. Instead, he is representing a rival brand that sells plant-based hot dogs. Major League Eating isn't too pleased with his decision. The organization issued a statement saying they hope Chestnut returns when he is not representing a rival brand, which only leaves an open spot to win this for yours truly right here. I've been practicing because the Indians feed the media at the games. They can get as many hot dogs as we want, and so I've been training my whole life for this moment, I think.
I'll give you a run for your money if you want to.
Oh, you've done some competitive eating, right?
I'll have the camera. That sounds good.
All right, Julian, thank you. Escaping the summer heat to the air-conditioned comfort of a binge watch is getting a little more expensive.
More TV, music, and even music. Oh, yes, music. Streaming services, all of them, are increasing their prices for summer. Starting in July, Peacock will be raising its price by $2 a month. Max is going to raise prices on its annual cost, and Spotify Premium subscriptions will run you $1 more a month as well. As for why the price is increasing,
you have all these services all creating their own original programming, which is expensive to create. And in turn, you're going to have to pay a little bit more for those services.
Consumer Reports says streamers will likely experiment with different offers, like lower price tiers with ads to keep inflation-weary subscribers tuned in.
We're always free here at 4 News Now. And where else can you find out that it was 84 today? 72 is our average high. Sunset tonight at 8:48. We're still in the 80s in Spokane. It's 80 degrees, 77 in Coeur d'Alene. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
My name is Stevie, and I work for my dad, Steve Stikowski, at SGX Jet Boats here in Orfino, Idaho, where we specialize in a shallow water aluminum jet boat. For us, it's more than just business, it's a legacy. You realize that it's all worth it because you're starting to see everything come to fruition. All of the hard work has paid off, and P1FCU is able to provide us with that security in knowing that our legacy is safe with them.
Do you have a storage problem? Wisman Storage Containers is your all-in-one local storage solution. We offer a variety of sizes and provide free delivery within the greater Spokane area. Wisman Storage Containers is your locally owned and family-operated storage solution. Don't just store. Secure your stuff today.
Good morning. Thank you for calling Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. How may I help you today?
I'm having some problem with my air conditioner.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What sort of problem?
Well, it's making a clangety, clunk. Sound.
Oh, no worries. We can certainly take care of that for you. Here at Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, we speak your language.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
All right, we're going to take you back to that breaking news on the fire that is still prompting evacuations in southwest Spokane. If you live in the area shaded in red on your screen, you should still get out now if you haven't already.
So that evacuation area is between Abbott Road, near Windsor Elementary, east to Dorset Road, from 57th Avenue south to Morning Lane. Cheney Spokane Road, by the way, has been reopened for evacuations. Our Marissa Rio is at a home just outside of that evacuation zone with everything we know so far about this fire. Marissa?
Derek Kirsten, the fire started around 2 this afternoon with level 3 evacuations issued shortly after. That means anyone within proximity of the fire or in the path of the wind's direction needed to leave immediately. Thick, heavy black smoke could be seen for miles, but in the past hour or so, we've seen much lighter white smoke, which likely means fire crews are starting to get a handle on it to stop it from spreading. DNR tells us this fire has burned 85 acres of land so far, and these dry conditions are what is fueling it. We will continue to update you with any new information as soon as it becomes available, and we'll also have the latest on Nightside tonight at 11. Live in Spokane County, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa. It has been kind of interesting to see your tracking of the winds from inside the studio here and then see our live shots from out on the scene.
Yeah, you're right. We take 2 steps forward and then a step back. They'll pick up and die down, so really can't relax about the winds until later tonight. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Meanwhile, it is going to be much calmer on Wednesday. It's going to be cooler, too. 2 things that will help any cleanup on that fire. Hopefully that will be long under control. It is going to be breezy on Friday and Saturday. That's some cooler weather coming in for the weekend. We'll be in the 60s this weekend. Latest winds, we're still seeing wind gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour in many locations, including a 43-mile-per-hour gust at the airport in Spokane just in the last 15 minutes. So we've seen some improvement, and then we're back up in that 45-mile-per-hour range. So not quite time to relax about the winds, and that is one of the reasons our wind advisory continues until 8 o'clock this evening. Now, once our sun sets later tonight, 45-ish, we'll really start to see things begin to calm down with a more substantial drop in winds after midnight. And then again, Wednesday, much calmer. These are the sustained winds throughout the day on Wednesday. May get a little bit of a breeze going in the afternoon with a 15-mile-per-hour gust, just enough to cool you down on the golf course. Here's what's going on with our weather pattern. Had a cold front come through, a dry cold front earlier today. Now we have more of a westerly flow over the region. That will be with us for tomorrow, along with that cooler air. By Thursday, high pressure begins trying to build back in. We'll see our temperatures climb back up into the 80-degree range before the next front comes in late on Friday and into the weekend. We're going to see our temperatures drop, bringing the chance of some mountain showers and possibly some isolated thunderstorms over the higher terrain. And we'll have the breezy conditions for Friday and Saturday. Our temperature trend over the next 7 days takes us below average starting on Saturday and continuing through the start of next week with a high of only 65 for Father's Day. But right now it looks like it will be dry. Breezy conditions on Friday and Saturday. Just a 20% chance of rain on Saturday, 20% chance of measurable rain on Monday and Tuesday. And I also want to bring your attention to our overnight lows. We'll be down in the mid-40s tonight and then 40s almost every night through the 7-day forecast. Our average high, our average overnight low is 50. So we have some cool nights ahead. Not cool enough for a frost, but cool enough to cool down the house and hope that we can keep things from drying out even more than they already are. Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Before we head to another break, here is a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Exclusive. Hunter Biden's baby mama. What she really thinks about the president and first lady. Next Inside Edition. As the case against Hunter wraps up, more from our interview with a woman who gave birth to his love child.
What's so bad about acknowledging a child?
Then, can you believe this is a sport? It's called hobby horsing. It's more challenging than you think. Next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Our 30th anniversary celebration continues at Missisquoi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Sun Club card to win your share of $22,000 cash and one of several Traeger grills. Learn more at Missisquoi.com.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with Travel for Adventures.
Are you ready for an unforgettable adventure? Look no further than the Lewis Clark Valley.
Start with a narrated jet boat ride on the Snake River through Hell's Canyon, North America's deepest river gorge. Cruise by rugged basalt cliffs, surrounded by a variety of wildlife and ancient petroglyphs.
After your day of adventure, explore the Northwest's first wine-growing region. Wind down and relax among the vines while you sip a variety of award-winning wines. Indulge your taste buds with fresh cuisine at a charming, locally owned restaurant.
Immerse yourself in an authentic cultural experience with the Nez Perce. Dive into the past and drive the historic Lewis and Clark Trail following the same rivers they did.
Experience the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation in the Lewis Clark Valley.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to KXLY.com/travel for adventures.
Considering a new air conditioner? Before you commit, call Bill's Heating and AC. We're elevating efficiency and savings by matching heat pump prices to any local air conditioner quotes and setting a new standard for comfort. Why heat pumps? Similar to ACs, they offer high efficiencies to heat and cool your home for a lower cost. And with the purchase of qualifying equipment, you may be eligible to receive a 25C tax credit of up to $3,200. Don't miss out. Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote now.
Missisquoi Casino Hotel is open. Stay with us, relax and rejuvenate while taking advantage of our amazing amenities, including a restaurant and lounge open to the public daily starting at 3 p.m. north of Spokane on Highway 395.
PAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you going to build?
Coming up tonight on Nightside, imagine this. Your 12-year-old daughter goes to a sleepover at a friend's house and that friend's father drugs her. Well, that's what happened to a group of girls in Oregon. The charges that father is facing and the reactions from the parents of those girls tonight at 11.
Calmer, colder, cooler, I should say, on Wednesday. 74 degrees for a high, winds less than 10 miles per hour, and we're going to start the day off in the mid-40s.
And of course, we will continue to follow the Grove Fire in Southwest Spokane, and we'll have the very latest for you coming up tonight at 11 on Nightside.
And Chris will have all of the weather conditions as well, so we'll just keep you updated. You can also follow along on KXLY.com. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you at 11.